Hi there, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike, and I'm excited to share another Divi tutorial with you. My goal here is to make learning Divi as straightforward as possible. Today I want to look at a bit of WordPress basics. It's something that we always take for granted, and so while we always focus on like the fancy things that Divi can do, we forget that WordPress at its core is a blogging CMS. Yes, it's built a ton of websites and it's a brilliant tool for that. But you still get the option with the people that actually just want to create posts, want to create a blog. And so I do have videos on that, on how you can actually create a blog, as well as I do have articles on it too, that you can read up on my blog, on how you can actually create blogs using the Divi theme. But another question that usually comes up is, when you are creating a post, what is the best tool to use for doing so? And so I have an article on my blog that actually goes through that, which is like using the Divi builder versus Gutenberg, which is the native builder of WordPress. And I run through it over here, and I won't spoil it, but if you want, you can go and read through it and see what is my final thoughts. All right, so I'll close that. But today I want to focus on how you can actually just create a post and familiarize yourself with the Gutenberg builder, right? Because we focused a lot on the Divi builder. So if you want to create a post in WordPress, basically you just come to posts over here, and you just say, either you can say all posts over here and click add post there, or you can just go posts, add post over here. So you click either of those, it goes to the same place. So if you come in here, it's going to ask you for your title, and then it's going to ask you that question. Do you want to use the Divi builder to build this, or do you want to use the default editor? So the default editor is the one that we always refer to as the Gutenberg editor, which is WordPress's own website builder, if you can put it there. So if you want to click on Divi builder, you just click it here, and that'll take you to the usual Divi experience that you are familiar with. But if you want to use this one, let's just say we want to do a test post, and I hit use the default editor. It then opens up this editor like this. And if you have ever used Word or anything like that, you'll be very familiar with this, because in here I can just type whatever I want. So I can hit there, I can hit enter, I can write another paragraph, and so on and so on and so on. And then if I want to add in any other types of things, media, you can just come in here and you can just click on image, and you can just come into the usual upload, media library, or insert from URL. So I just go to the media library, I say I want to insert this, and I select. So this is all very familiar, I would assume. And then it enters that in for us. You can then, once it's entered in over here, you can choose, do you want it large, medium, or thumbnail, or full size. So you get to choose. It's obviously, the customization is not as extensive as if you're using the Divi builder, but this one is quick and it's fast. All right, so you just come in and you type it all in over here. You can add in more. You can also click on it like that to resize it. The other way that you can also find how you can enter things is if you hover, there we go, it clicks the plus, enter there. I can also enter in any of these different ones. Now, how many of these do we have? Well, we have a lot. So if you click browse all, you can run through all the different ones that you can have here, that you can enter in any kind of content that you want. Okay, and this is being actively developed still, so there's more being added to this list almost on a weekly basis. Okay, so that's that. You can set it up there, that you can type everything like you want to and set your blog post, create a beautiful blog post. Then on the right hand side here, what is all of this? Well, the set featured image is, if you ever see the blog, let's see if we can open up my blog again. So you see over here, we have the featured image, right? If we go to the blog itself, you'll see that featured image also displays over here, right? That is what we would enter in over here. So any image that you just click set featured image, and you can choose anything that you want. So if I select that, oh, that's not going to be nice. But anyway, so if I select that, I say set featured image, it's going to add it in over there. Okay. Then next thing they have here is add an excerpt. So you just open up this little box like that, which you can type in an excerpt. Now what is an excerpt? Let's go back to that article of mine. This over here is like a little intro to the article itself. And one crosses fingers, this is actually what shows up in your search result if you show up on Google, where it'll show you the title of your article and then that little bit that's written underneath. We all hope and cross our fingers that this is what's going to show there. But obviously Google always has its own mind and shows whatever it wants. All right, so that is what the excerpt is over here. Status over here is draft. That means I'm still working on this article. If I click on that, you can see they've got all different kinds. There's pending, there's private, there's scheduled. You can schedule it to actually go live in the future. And it's published means it's actually live for everybody to see. And then it also now has the password protected. That means only people that have that password are able to view it. Okay, so that's that. Publish it immediately, or as I said, you can schedule it for whatever time you want to schedule it. The slug is what actually displays at the top here. So it would be like dividuck /test-post. Admin is the author, this person that's written it, in my case me. The template is default template, so you can actually choose different templates that you would want to have in here. Discussion would be your comments. Format is standard, or you can have gallery, all these different types. You can just play around with them. And then we move into categories. So categories is the way how we actually structure the data or the blog posts. So if you go back to mine at the moment, you can see my category here is WordPress. That means that if I click on WordPress, it's then going to display all the posts that I have that are under the WordPress category. And how do you add a category? Well, you just click here and you just add it in. Test the category. And a parent category we'll show you now. Just hit this one. And then I'm just going to say baby. And then now I can go and I click here and I can say this is a baby of the test category, and I can enter that. And you'll see that there's a little bit of indentation to tell me that this is the baby of the test category. So that helps also when you want to structure it. Like let's say you have WordPress. Under WordPress you have themes, and then under themes you have all the different themes that you work on. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. The other way that you could do is you could have your test category, and then you actually make use of tags. So again, using that same thing, it's test category. Then you just have all the themes under test category already, and you could put in here theme 1, theme 2, whatever themes that you have, and you want to categorize it by that or tag it by that. So it works similarly as what categories does. The next one you have is the Divi page settings. So this is on the Divi side of things. We have a right sidebar, so that'll show the sidebar on the right, or we have a left sidebar, it'll show a sidebar on the left of the article, or no sidebar, so it'll only show the content going down. And then hide nav before scroll, that's just on and off. You can select if you want to hide the top bar before you scroll. And then those are everything to do with the post. The block on this side, that basically is if I click on this over here, then I'll get the settings that are specific to this block. Now, when I use block, basically Gutenberg is a block-based builder, right? That means that you just stack blocks on top of each other in order to produce the content that you want to produce. Then once you're happy with how everything looks and feels, you just come up here and you can say save draft. And if you want to see what this looks like from the front end, you can just click your view. You can get the chance to see it. Which one? Desktop, tablet, or mobile. Okay, I'm happy with desktop. Let's just preview that in a new tab. Opens it up, and here you can see here's the right side bar. Okay, and it lists everything for us, and then people can come and they can comment and blah 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 blah. So that is the preview of it. Now say I'm happy and it's all very good. I'm just going to say publish. And then again, we're going to be asked, are you ready to publish? Do you want to do it public? Do you want to do it immediately, or do you want to schedule it? And do you want to add any more tags? And then once you're all happy with that, just hit publish. And once you hit publish here, it goes live and it'll say, do you want to view your post? And you say, okay, cool. And there's my beautiful post that I created. That is going to bring tons and tons of visitors to my website. All right, so I hope this helps to give you just a little bit of insight if you're very new to to WordPress and to Divi as to how you can actually build this out using the Gutenberg builder. As I said previously, I have created some some videos that shows you how you can actually style your whole template on here. And if you look in the article itself, scroll down, there it is right there, how to build a basic blog post layout. And you can just have a look through that and see exactly how you can style this entire look and feel of your blog post so that your Gutenberg is literally just the content that you're adding and not anything to do with the design of your website. The design of your website is completely done by Divi, and you can see how to do that by heading over to this article and watching this video over here. Alright, so I will stop it there because this is a very, very fundamental, so I don't want to give too much information on this one, but I hope this helps you to get a clearer picture as to how you can do posts in WordPress, how it works easily, and how efficient WordPress actually is as a post, as a blogging platform. It is the premier blogging platform in my opinion. And so if this has helped you, just let me know by hitting that like button below, and that helps to really motivate me to create more content. And speaking of more content, I will look to be releasing more things on Divi very, very soon. And if that's things you're interested in, be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of the tutorials that'll be coming out. Other than that, I just want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.